With Sami Al-Arian. He's the director of the Center for Islam and Global Affairs at Istanbul Zaim University, joining me from Istanbul. Sami, thanks for your time. Just give us your reaction to this request from the prosecutor to the ICC.
Well, it is certainly a very significant development when we're talking about Israeli leaders who have been bombarding Gaza and committing all kinds of atrocities, war crimes, and the crime of genocide and crimes against humanity. All these are punishable and they are indictable by the International Criminal Court. So for them to come today and apply for this, obviously it's justice delayed, but it's not denied.
Do you think this is going to change anything that's happening in Gaza right now? Just in the last few minutes, we've had an update from the Gaza Health Ministry about the number of people who have been killed. That's now 35,562. What happens overseas doesn't seem to affect Gazans much. There is more death and more destruction there.
I believe the number is much higher. This is just the confirmed deaths. I think we probably have exceeded 50,000. deaths, 70% of which are women and children. And if you go back 3 months ago, even more than 3 months ago, the International Court of Justice has also given Israel a warning that they are committing potentially a genocide and that they need to stop and that they need to present a report. Israel ignored it, and it's going to ignore this one as well. But the pressure is on, and I think the United States now is in a very tough position, because on one hand, they argue that what's happening in Ukraine, which is much, much less in terms of the number of victims, and that Putin is a war criminal and he must be prosecuted. On the other hand, they are defending Israel, and now they're going to find it much difficult to even defend Netanyahu, Gallant, and all the war criminals who have been prosecuting this genocide.
This obviously then also affects Israel's standing in the international community, especially, I would think, for its Western backers. We're hearing from people like Bezalel Smotrich from Israel, a far-right minister. He's likened this announcement to a Nazi propaganda, but many people have been standing up and saying what's happening in Gaza is wrong, that Israel needs to find ways to get aid in. They need to implement a ceasefire. More people are rising up around the world calling for this. This ICC arrest warrant, if it is issued, would be the latest thing that has garnished, or rather tainted, Israel's image in the rest of the world.
There is no question that Israel has lost the war a long time ago. Its narrative has already been collapsing. No one is really believing any of their stories anymore. The charge of anti-Semitism is laughable. It's not really serious. And whatever defense they are given is not also being taken serious by anybody. And the U.S. administration, in its trial to defend Israel, is embarrassing and unable to do so. But when we talk about the Israeli leaders who are basically of supremacist minds, these are racist individuals who have been just to be elected by an electorate within Israeli society. Now they will never, ever admit to anything. All what they want is to have a whole of Palestine, damned be whatever atrocities, crimes they commit. If you go and examine their rhetoric and their discourse, you will find that these people are not of sound minds. These people are extremely racist, extremely they use the rhetoric of genocide, the rhetoric of Hitlerian type, and I believe that sooner or later the world is going to also shun them and not allow them to become credible individuals.
We're just getting a statement now from Israel's Itamar Ben-Gvir. He's urging Benjamin Netanyahu now to ignore what he calls anti-Semitic ICC and to actually step up the Gaza war until, quote, the utter defeat of Hamas. So when you look at those types of comments coming from Israeli leaders, in an Israeli domestic situation that is quite divided because there are so many people calling for a ceasefire and for those hostages to be brought home, it will be interesting to see how this plays out domestically there as well, when there seem to be so many divisions.
Well, that's the type of individuals that exist today that rule Israel. They're not just on the far right, they are on the extremist right. They really don't care about any thing that the international community is telling them. They have been ignoring them from day one. I mean, look at the results. Gaza today is unlivable. There is not a single person today in Gaza that hasn't been impacted by what they have been doing. They have been killing children left and right. They killed every aspect of any kind of a shunning of this war.